I know you've done the Australian accent before, but how hard is it for you to do it? I mean, do you find it just you slip back into it really easily?
I could literally do it in my sleep at this point. I could do Australian or Osiris in the middle of the night like I would know my serial number. I don't know why.
But it's got to be one of the hardest accents to get a hold of. I mean, really, it's not much harder than English or Irish.
Right. Well, for some reason, when I was doing Chaplin, I have this great dialect coach named Andrew Jack, and we crafted up this thing, and Chaplin's voice changed over time. I had this great gal for Natural Born Killers, but at one point, it just happened where I understood what it is, and they always say look at the geography of the place, but to me it's more just the energy of the people is intelligent, witty, ballsy, and much more sophisticated than they might initially sound.
Exactly.
And that also kind of doesn't fall too far from occasionally my perception of when I'm in a good space myself, so it's not a stretch.
I mean, when Ben came to you and with this character and playing a black actor, did you go, okay, this is unusual, but hey?
Well, yeah, I think beyond unusual, it was. I didn't know if it was a risk that I thought was worth the reward, which also made me consider, well, what's the reward? And then it occurred to me that really the way that it lined up was I had met Ben just several months before in a completely different situation out of his place in Hawaii. And I thought, this is really synchronistic, that I had seen him in the very place where he wanted to shoot this movie. And then I went and did Iron Man, and I'm glad I didn't take a break after Iron Man, because I think the crash from that sense of achievement and all that stuff would have been bad. So I think Ben did me a huge favor.
I mean, you've been in this business a long time, so was it a lot of fun to almost be sending it up with this?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I liked the player when I saw it, but I think it's such a different age now where it's not an inside movie. People know movies. People watch the DVD commentary, and they get it. And I think they're pretty well versed on the Hollywood machine.
Is it a shame that some of the mystique's gone, or do you think it's actually good?
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it demystifies the whole deal, and but just the same way that I feel about a lot of things, which is the most unfortunate resource to waste is human beings. So the idea that somebody might say, people who might not have thought 10 years ago, wow, I might have something to say and I could go execute this and do it in this medium.
Yeah. I mean, with the success of Iron Man, I mean, do you feel like your career is just at a real high at the moment, or you've been in this business so long that you just take all this stuff with a grain of salt?
Well, I know it's at an all-time high. I know that means that the grain of salt has to be all the larger. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like, I'm 43 years old, and I've been doing this for over 25 years now, so hopefully I'm starting to get the hang of it.
I think so. No, but I mean, personally, it just feels really good inside that you just feel...
Yeah, it feels really good, and also I don't want the pressure of having to feel really good if there's actually other material that's up for consideration just because things look great on the outside. You know that one. Yeah. Tears of a Clown and all that stuff. Yeah. I think oftentimes a big success helps you get more in touch with the real material of your life, and it ain't always pretty or whatever. You get to examine yourself more. You get to see what you're like in success as much as you do as in failure. So. And
also with maturity, you just handle it a lot differently, don't you?
I handle it a lot differently. Yeah. I wouldn't even come back after lunch usually.
Well, I'm glad
tequila shots with some pool girl.
Well, I'm glad you did. Thank you very much.
Thank you.